Welcome in PharmD Nation. You may have noticed looking at an investment statement or reading the news or any other financial piece of information that you consume, you've probably come across the word dividend. What is a dividend? Is it something that you should look to accumulate more of? And how does it work compared to different stocks you have the ability to buy or choose from when you decide you want to purchase an individual security, mutual fund, ETF, or something like that? So it's important to understand that a dividend is a way for a corporation, a publicly traded corporation, to share their profits with you. So big mega organizations out there are probably earning a lot of money through their business practices, and they keep a lot of that money to themselves in the form of retained earnings, but they also like to pay some of that out to their shareholders who own a piece of equity in that company. Now you will find that bigger, more established companies are the ones that are going to pay a little higher dividend. And the reason for that is because they are bigger, more mature companies, so their upside growth opportunity is probably a lot smaller compared to a younger, smaller startup organization that may have a lot more growth in them in the coming years. And that's important because these bigger, more established companies that may not have the type of growth upside as smaller organizations or organizations in different sectors like technology that may have more growth opportunity in front of them, these other bigger mature companies have to find a way to entice people to come and buy their stock. And the way they're able to do that is to produce a dividend for them, which is basically money that they will pay out of their profits to that shareholder just for holding the stock. So that's important to understand, and that's what a dividend is, and that's how companies use dividends in order to entice people to actually buy and hold their individual stock. It's also important to note that you may find on a statement that you see dividends taking place in your investment portfolio, but you don't actually see that cash. And if that's the case, chances are that your dividends are probably actually being reinvested in the specific security that you hold. So if you hold mutual funds, ETFs, or individual stocks inside your investment account and you see that dividends are getting reinvested, what that means is those companies that you own through those individual shares or ETFs or mutual funds are paying you a piece of their profits through a dividend, but instead of that dividend going directly into your pocket, you have agreed to actually take that dividend and turn around immediately and reinvest it into that specific investment you already own. And that's how the individual shares of what you own, whether it's shares of individual stock, mutual funds, or ETFs, those individual units that you own grow over time, because more likely than not, it's the reinvesting dividends that you're receiving from those individual organizations that you own are buying up more of those units that you already have. So it's important to note that if you come across a dividend, it's a piece of profit from companies that they are paying you to hold individual shares of their company. And when you see dividends taking place on your investment statement, but you don't see those profits getting paid to you, more likely than not, it's because those dividends are being reinvested. And that's how you really are able to accumulate wealth, because those reinvested dividends are purchasing more units of the actual investment you already own.